talking and I didn't even turn my mic on. Don't start barking now.
For all the butchery of Mobius's crusade, this massacre was somehow more chilling. The killing fields of the Sarafan betrayed a kind of orderly ruthlessness. The cold-blooded righteousness of the true believer.
Be a stream dog.
All that is holy!
Here at last, in the flesh, I beheld my former brothers in arms, the warrior priests of the Sarafan Order, their lives devoted solely to the annihilation of the vampire plague. And while I confess, I felt a twinge of longing, a pang of grief for what I had believed was my lost virtue, I regarded them now with none of the reverence I formerly felt. For I had seen the human face of the vampires, and now I beheld the monstrousness of these men.
Dialogue and story is so good in the second game. Combat is like kind of mid. The enemy variety is really They break your defense so easy, you can't do anything except block them. Yeah, they can't hit anymore. It's over. I don't know if the original game was this buggy or if it's just the but you can't even like walk down the stairs. Sometimes it just turns you around. It's so weird. I don't think you can sneak up on enemies. What is that? Like getting stuck on these little ledges. It's so annoying. Say that's him, like they're looking for me in particular. Trying to kick him off, but that didn't work. You just get free damage when you climb up.
After my long journey, I finally stood on the threshold of enlightenment. For here was Janos Audrin's mountain retreat, intact and unblemished. The upheaval that would one day topple this ancient edifice had not yet occurred. And while I had no certainty that Janos still lived, this scene boded well, for I presumed that the collapse of the retreat must have followed the ancient vampire's demise. There was only one obstacle: how to reach the balcony suspended at that maddening height, so far beyond my reach. For this was the architecture of winged creatures. The tattered ruins of my wings were of no use. I would need to devise some other means into that mountain.
They would have some sort of air power to get us up there. Okay, so air on the left, dark on the right. Oh, we don't drink blood anymore. We gotta pick up the cup and scoop the blood. Oh, I think I need the air. What if the eye can shoot you flying over though? I found a spot inside to get. I didn't know if I could see more out of it. That's pretty sick.
The mountain's interior was hollow, I discovered, and graced with soaring architecture unique to its creators. As with the outer facade, These balconies and galleries could only be reached by those gifted with flight. With only my ruined wings to carry me, this towering labyrinth seemed impassable. The object of my quest lay just beyond my grasp. For here, suspended at the apex of the chamber, was the threshold that surely led to the great vampire himself. I didn't know whether Janos Ordran was the monster depicted in the stronghold, or one of the noble creatures memorialized among the ruins of the ancient vampires. And I didn't care. Demon or angel, he alone held the key to my destiny.
Still not that helpful, we don't... Oh. Super random. The towers want more blood. Okay, buddy. Eyeballs everywhere. Who's this looking like? Gotta come back up with the light maybe. So random. You guys weren't here before I moved my portal. I don't know why that's scared me so bad. Like, don't always pop out of those, but sometimes. I should have hit these. More backtracking. That'd be weird. Have to. For real. I don't know how many people he killed. He's a vampire, so maybe it's his personal stockpile of blood. This is, I mean, only on the entrance to his place. This isn't even as much as he could have in his curves, you know? That would be a good investment for a vampire out. Does it get better the older it is? Age like wine? Dude, you see that guy jump? Oh my god. Never seen him dodge it that way. Wild. Did the midair splits, dude. I don't know why this place gives me castle vibes. We gotta get the air Reaver, set up the little shortcuts, and then come back up here with it. Light one's on the first floor, but air off one of these platforms. Dude, yeah, maybe he set this up while he's waiting for him. Never done this puzzle, okay, so take him a while. Used to block only puzzles. Sorry for one. Like watching speedruns of games, because I'm like, yeah, that's probably more accurate, you know, rather than Raziel taking 45 minutes to do the puzzle. Maybe he's not that smart, I don't know, dude. God, no. Yeah, I guess that's fair. It's pretty messed up. He does seem easily swayed by his enemy. Or easily confused. Okay, well, I gotta... Okay. Slowly but surely making progress. wrong. I forgot where the blood is now. Oh, I guess it. Well, fuck. If that blood will still be there, if it's gonna... Yeah, it's... Janos is preparing a crazy speech for me right now. Or some cool power-ups. HP upgrade. Okay. With the dance style.
Janos Audrin?
It is heartening after all these years to hear my name spoken without contempt.
The blue guy too.
Razia? My child, what have they done to you?
I have been dragged through hell and back. All it seems to reach this moment. But I don't yet know why.
For thousands of years I have waited, alone here, losing faith. At the time of the binding, 9 guardians were called to serve the pillars, and I was summoned as the 10th guardian, the keeper of the Reaver, the weapon of our salvation. Over time, our race died out, until I alone remained, sustained only by my obligation to you and by my guardianship of the blade.
And the other 9? Why did their guardianship not sustain them?
I don't know. As our race dwindled, the humans prospered. I have watched over the centuries as our history faded into myth and finally receded altogether. The humans have forgotten us entirely and claimed the pillars for themselves, wholly ignorant of their true purpose. To them, I am merely a devil, the origin of their vampire plague.
Why would the pillars summon human guardians then, if they are meant to be served by vampires?
The pillars choose their guardians from birth, Raziel, and vampires are no longer born. This is the crux of our dilemma, and this is the terrible irony. With their vampire purge, the members of the Circle have assaulted the very architects of the pillars they are sworn to protect. They have embarked on a treacherous path. With every vampire they kill, the humans are slitting their own throats. They know I'm up here, beyond their reach, and it terrifies them. You can see how they flaunt their kills to torment me, or perhaps simply to lure me out. They have this foolish notion that destroying me will somehow topple our entire bloodline. Thankfully, we're not that fragile.
I have seen them mustering their forces in the village below.
Yes. I don't know what they're plotting, but I fear our time may be bitterly short.
Mankind seems to have brought you only torment and grief. You must hate them.
They fear what they don't understand, and they despise what they fear. But no, I do not hate them.
Vorador does.
He has suffered much. He cannot forgive them.
Should they be forgiven?
No, Janos looks crazy.
Don't understand what they're doing. They are simply unenlightened and vulnerable to manipulation.
So, it's all true then. What Kain and Vorador have told me. I really am some kind of unholy vampire messiah.
Unholy? No. Messiah, perhaps.
I don't like that word. It smells of martyrdom.
Raziel, your role in this world's destiny is more crucial and more benevolent than you've allowed yourself to believe. Your journey will not be easy. Dark powers are allied against you. But I think you already know this.
His hair kind of reminds me.
You appear to have been cruelly tested.
Bride of Frankenstein and Elvis.
The binding must be secured, Raziel. The pillars are the lock.
And the Reaver is the key.
Yes.
The Reaver is here. Why do I feel nothing?
The most formidable weapon ever forged by our swordsmiths. They infused the blade with vampiric energy, empowering the Reaver to drain our enemies of their precious lifeblood.
As Janos presented the blade, an inexplicable sense of dread crept over me, more palpable than anything I'd felt before. I was at once horribly repelled by the sword, and yet irresistibly compelled to touch it, to take it up. Please, take it away from me.
I fear you have been followed. You must save yourself, Raziel.
You got to close the bridge, dude.
Janos! No!
All he had to do was lock the door.
My surroundings whirled sickeningly, and I found myself transported safely away from the ambush to an adjacent chamber. Janos had delivered me from the Sarafan, selflessly forfeiting his own
Did say
safety to
lifeblood.
preserve my life.
There.
And now I feared that my newfound mentor would be slaughtered by the very crusaders I had so recently revered. The irony pierced me, and with dawning horror, I realized that I had been duped by Mobius from the beginning. For the Sarafan had simply followed the path I gullibly blazed through this sanctuary, and had arrived bearing Mobius' staff. Thus armed, they had Janos at their mercy. Through the door, I could hear them battling, less than a dozen paces away. But it may as well have been 1,000 miles, for this barrier was sealed by elemental forces I did not possess. It seemed Janos had
Janos is
conveyed
gonna
me
be
to the
waiting on me
heart of the
again.
fire shrine. I thought perhaps if I could galvanize the forge and imbue the Reaver in time, I might have a slim chance of saving Janos from his grisly fate.
I wonder if this part is time-based. But the story in these games are so dense, I'm excited to play all the way through. Beat the first and the third game before, but I never beat the second one. The second game definitely feels more like an interactive. The cutscenes are much longer, the dialogue's way more in depth. I don't like the combat as much as the first game, but I still got some going for it. Got a lot more enemy variety too. Taking my torch with. I agree. And then I feel like the third one is kind of like a happy. So thanks for hanging out and chatting. I think you're my first YouTube live chatter. Out pretty hard on this game. Yeah, and all these special abilities with the Reavers that you get. This one, it kind of feels like the Reavers do different things for puzzle's sake, but that one you get to like have combat abilities and stuff with. It's like Shadow Man, swimming in the blood. Remember what I needed. Oh, it's international stream. Hell yeah. Let's have a Twitch viewer way back in the day from Vietnam. I haven't seen him since I started streaming. Maybe one of these days I'll catch him. so that's time. That works out. I thought I was gonna have to light this picture. Kinda glad I didn't have to hit all of them. International Sword Industry. I think after this I might play Defiance again, just to get the whole story. And, eventually they'll probably remaster that one, but might do it just to get the story in while it's fresh. We say behind us. Find out. Guessing probably not though. Yeah, I'm hoping they go hard for number 3 because I feel like number 3 looks maybe the most successful. But the studio that did it, they remade Tomb Raider 1 through 3, Remastered, and then they did Soul Reaver 1 and 2, and now Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6 are coming out, so I feel like maybe after that one, Violence. Lit the fire on the other side of the room, but I'm not sure. Just... Oh, maybe I need the light Reaver crystal. Fire's still on fire. As far as I can tell, like, fire is pretty stoked to see the original Legacy of Kain remaster or Blood Omen. So I never... So confused. Yeah, I feel like that's probably where you stick the Reaver fire. Grab that. Just don't know what step of the puzzle I'm missing right. All the fires are lit. Must. Maybe I need to find a way to keep light behind all the fires still. Can't get the air Reaver in here, so that's not. I need to, maybe I need to get a torch back up. Like light the little forge area. Maybe this needs fire. Is this the last puzzle in the game? That would make sense why it's hard. Oh, I dropped the torch. Gonna be the last puzzle if the other dude dies. Dropped it. My ice cream. No way to do it. Oh, it disappeared. Bastard. Nice, okay. That bastard. Raziel, we gotta save a dude. Oh, I'm never gonna do that. Oh my god. Oh. I'm gonna try again. Also, the diving animation in this game drives me. Okay, that was tough. Did it. Oh, that looks extra crazy. Thank you. Took me a while. Janos is definitely better. Like a beam of light coming in through the window. Cyclops. Coming in right through my monitors. Also extra crazy, the statue looks exactly like Raziel, huh?
I plunged the Reaver into that furnace and forged the blade with elemental fire. With the Reaver thus imbued, I was now armed to unlock the elemental barrier and rescue Janos from his executioners.
Rescue Janos, but I guess save first. Sound effect is sick. Oh shit. Plot twist.
Look at his black heart. How it still beats.
To bury us alive. Raziel, we must get out of here.
Remember the sword!
He's checking on him like
Forgive me.
his heart literally
I'm
didn't just
sorry.
get ripped from his
I
chest.
failed you.
Still moving, though.
No, Razia. Perhaps this was my true purpose. Simply to save your life this once.
While I have taken yours.
Embrace your destiny, Razia. You must reclaim the Reaver. It was forged for you and you alone. Without it, there is no hope.
As I backed away from Janos's body, I was overwhelmed by a sense of self-loathing so deep I could barely contain it. In that instant, I rejected all that I ever was, and embraced the role Janos had safeguarded for me so patiently throughout the centuries. I knew then what I had to do, the task for which I was uniquely prepared. I would pursue the Sarafan dogs to their loathsome fortress and avenge Janos Audrin's murder. Mobius would pay dearly for his treachery, and my Sarafan brethren would reap the horrors they had sown. I would retake the stolen Reaver, which was rightfully mine. And finally, when all these debts had been paid, I would reclaim Janos Audrin's heart from their filthy, unworthy hands. If the heart was truly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife, its highest purpose was clear to me. I would restore the heart to Janos, and thus undo the vile crime committed by my abominable former self.
Wow, that's definitely not how I expected that to go. The fucking plot twist.
We've been expecting you, little Razia.
So, these demonic pests were not merely the product of Nosgoth's corrupted future, for here they were, hurtling back over 5 centuries to pursue me. These creatures, I suspected, were minions of the unseen forces that had hoped to control me. This was the tangible expression of their displeasure. These demons were unleashed as the penalty for my disobedience.
Dude, for real. So much backtracking. And it's not even like anything extra. It's like an area over and over. It's definitely stories there for sure. A couple of dull moments in the gameplay, but wasn't that it's much harder to get lost running back.
Do you really think you can save Nosgoth? Let me enlighten you, poor Raziel.
You guys are so much more creepy when they talk. God. You shot me out of the fucking air. Wow. And I know they're demons, but it literally reminds me.
There he is, the savior of Nosgoth.
And he's intelligent. Definitely not the weapon I wanted, but I'll take it. I need some souls, leave me alone. I haven't seen anyone. Oh, what the sword. That's fucking up. Tag team now. 100% this one. A little sad they took the glyphs out of the games, but it kind of makes sense if you view the story element instead. okay. Extra heavy.
No servant as yet.
I'm gonna do it. Dude fucking got it. I think it was easier, honestly, because he's taller, so you can... I think this is the right way. Swamp. Get mixed up here. I'm streaming device. Yeah, okay.
You shall not pass.
I expect this game to happen. Oh my god. Fight me out of the swamp water, dude. Yeah, swamp is the worst. Dude, literally the Balrog, I was thinking that too. Part Lord of the Rings, part 2. don't know how I could go through the same area so many times on this game. I lost it, but the swamp messes me up and lost. I guess there's less water in this area. So, God help me.
You have failed me, Raziel.
I wonder, Old One. Did you truly resurrect me, or were you simply there when I awakened from my torment in the abyss? I suspect you found me merely convenient, dropped in your lair by Kain, indestructible for some reason, a durable and gullible tool for you to manipulate. This one thing I readily admit. I have been used by others time and again, but always I seem to stray from their path. What is it about me, demon, that makes me such an unreliable instrument? Why do I survive one trial after another, on and on, in an endless succession of humiliating deaths and resurrections? It seems there is much more to my destiny and my history than I know. Perhaps more than you know as well.
I agree. The Elder God was definitely cattier in the beginning of the game. But it does kind of get to the point where it's like, I don't know, he feels less controlled by him or less intimidated by him. We are at the pillars again.
He thinks he can change his destiny. What a fool.
That right hook is crazy. Mike Tyson should fight that guy next. It's same attack over and over. Terrifying. What kind of attack is he doing in the spectral realm, right? Fire doesn't exist here. He blasts him.
Over there!
I got pre-fired out of the air again. Crazy.
Get it!
Oh no. I thought my game just crashed. Froze for a second. Raziel is actually the cause of gloom.
Here it comes.
We need him to get the ice reaver, dude.
We will rid Nosgoth of your kind.
3 damage. I almost never want the weapons in this game, honestly. Very early on. It's like as soon as you lock onto someone, you just block everything.
Here it comes.
And you get the Soul Reaver even from I'm excited to see what happens, honestly. Never want the sword. The dude just comboed me so hard. It's like a block. Being a block. I haven't really had to use it the whole game.
Seize him!
Sword is for stabbing, not for swinging.
Suddenly and inexplicably, I discovered the Reaver suspiciously laid across my path. Again, I sensed nothing of that temporal distortion, the peculiar sense of displacement I had felt when I encountered the Reaver in William's chapel. Cornered here with the blade, I suffered the same nameless dread that I had experienced when Janos first presented the Reaver to me. I felt at once repelled by the blade, and yet overwhelmingly compelled to seize it.
So, Raziel, here we are finally. You have no choice but to confront me now, and I am not so foolish as I've let you believe. We have business to conclude.
You knew I would lead the Sarafan to Janos, you vile bastard. You've been orchestrating my every move. My destiny is an amusement to you.
It was
My old
fun
fox, that's
while
what
it
it
lasted. I think not, Raziel. Malik, do not let this creature leave. He poses a danger to the Circle. Poor, deluded Raziel. Did you somehow imagine you had the guile to change history on me? I'm the Time Streamer. I knew your every intention before you did, you imbecile.
Call your dogs! They can feast on your corpses!
Lord Mobius, there is trouble within. The Circle is under
Hold
attack.
fast, Malik. This one is the real danger to us.
What are you trying to concoct here, Mobius?
You toxic creature. Did you imagine I'd simply allow you to run loose, corrupting everything you encounter?
I admit that I've underestimated you to this point, Mobius. It's a mistake I won't repeat.
Wrong again, Raziel. Now, Malik, bolt the door.
Using his staff to disable my Wraithblade, Mobius effectively disarmed me, leaving me with only one choice of weapon.
Played Blood Omen.
And yet I confess, it was not the lack of options, but blind rage that made me take up the Reaver. In my fury, it felt as though my hand had acted of its own will. And now, that same hand clutched the hilt with unyielding strength, and I felt a constrained tingling, a remote but palpable sense of longing, as the disabled Wraithblade tried vainly to embrace its physical twin.
No way. Get to use the Soul Reaver in this game, dude. That's sick.
Now that I had taken it up,
I tried to put
Reaver
it
and
down.
I were inescapably joined. The harder
Better
I
turn my heater
tried to
on real
release
quick.
the blade, the more tightly my hand gripped the hilt, as if possessed of its own will.
Hold it here. Oh, only one way to go.
Come to take your revenge, demon?
Back to hell with you!
I recognize these two as my former brethren, in life as Sarafan, and in unlife as Kain's vampire sons. Melchiah and Zephon, the weakest of Kain's brood. These bastards had no idea what future lay in store for them, how they would become the very thing they so despised. The Reaver hummed with ravenous anticipation. Janos had called it a vampiric blade, endowed with the power to drain its victims of their lifeblood. I was eager to see what the Reaver would do to these two.
I was gonna ask if I kill them here, if it changes what happens, but I guess not if it changes. That's pretty cool seeing Melchiah and Zephon. I did not expect that.
Melchiah and Zephon fell before my blade. I felt the Reaver's bloodthirst as keenly as I ever had when I was still a vampire. I could sense the boundary between us dissolving. The Reaver was consumed with my rage, and I was intoxicated by its bloodlust. The blade had a vitalizing effect on me. My physical energy no longer decayed over time, and the wounds inflicted by my foes healed almost instantly. The Reaver had made me invincible.
Yeah, that's fair. That's what I was thinking. You consume their souls, it might change the timeline. This is pretty cool. I wish the sword had some cooler movements.
Have you come to reclaim the monster's black heart?
You'll have to get through us first.
My former brethren, Duma and Rahab, confronted me next. This all seemed so elegantly choreographed. Exhilarated by the Reaver, I was drunk with revelations. I could finally appreciate the delicious irony of Kain's blasphemous private joke, and I reveled as I colluded with him across the centuries. For it was I who put these bastards in their tomb, thus providing the corpses for Kain to raise as his vampire sons
Dude,
a
that's such a-
millennium from now.
Crazy full circle moment. You just stab him in the back, they can't block. It's like it's best attack in the game. Target them, they just block every attack. I guess I'm invincible anyway, so... Get him cornered. Help. What I've been doing most of the game, honestly. From combat to getting lost in the swamp and while swimming.
Get back to the pit you crawled from, demon.
And here at last was my brother Tyrell, who along with Duma would bear me into the abyss without questioning Kain's command. So dutiful and righteous, even as a vampire. I guess some habits die hard. The vampire Tyrell had eluded my vengeance. The Sarafan Tyrell would not.
Like, no matter how many times you dodge, they fucking Showman's boss. Guess there's no Soul Reaver there, I just wanted to see what that spot looked like.
So, vampire, here we are. You've destroyed my brethren, and now you've come for me. You'll find I'm not such easy prey. I don't want to kill you, but I will if I must. Return the heart to me, and we can end this now. So, you've come to avenge that filthy parasite and reclaim his foul heart. You're a righteous fiend, aren't you? Apparently I am. No, vampire. This is where it ends. But you won't be leaving this room. Now, let's finish this. I'll make it mercifully quick. As
I'm
you
not
did
sure
for
what
Janos.
Human Raziel thinking about.
No, that beast had eluded us for
He's just on
far
a
too
hunt for
long.
vampires.
Would have been a shame to end him too quickly. It's ironic, really. The great Janos Ordrin turned out to be no challenge at all. Thanks to you. Did you hear his cowardly screams when I tore that black heart out of his carcass?
If Raziel eats his own soul, dude. Plot twist. Back to my original strategy. I think it's the
renounce you. And so it ends. My history comes full circle. Sensing its twin, the Wraithblade uncoiled itself from me, and instead
That's why the
wound
storyline's
lovingly
so
around its former self. I felt its grip loosen, and as the blade left me, its absence chilled me more than its presence ever had. A foreboding sense of emptiness and loss stole over me, and a terrible revelation gathered like a storm at the edge of my awareness. With all other foes exhausted, the conjoined blades turned themselves on me, and I realized, finally, why I had sensed nothing when Janos offered me the blade.
It's his soul.
The Reaver was never forged to be a soul-stealing weapon. The ravenous, soul-devouring entity trapped in the blade was, and always had been, me. This is why the blade was destroyed when Kain tried to strike me down. The Reaver could not devour its own soul. The paradox shattered the blade. So, this was my terrible destiny. To play out this purgatorial cycle for all eternity.
Oh, that's crazy, and
I could
that's
not bear it. Despair
foreshadowing.
overwhelmed me.
Fine.
You.
Are you enjoying this game?
Don't fight it, Raziel. Give into it.
Was this your destiny for me all along?
Trust me.
I felt myself weakening, unable to hold on any longer. The Reaver was too strong. The compulsion to simply let go, too great. And then, a growing sense of vertigo and the familiar displacement. The paradoxical moment when my twinned soul hovered both outside and inside the Reaver blade. This was the instant, the glimmer of temporal distortion Kain had been counting on all along. This was the edge of the coin, the minute flicker of probability upon which Kain had gambled everything.
So, storyline is so good in this game.
Now you are free to reclaim your true destiny, Raziel.
Behind Kain's eyes, I could see new memories blooming and dying as history labored to reshuffle itself around this monumental obstruction. And I could see by the dawning horror on his face that perhaps we had strained history too far this time. That by trying to alter my fate, he may have introduced a fatal paradox.
My God. The Hilden. We walked right into their trap. Raziel, Janos must stay dead.
But Kain's warning was lost as I slipped into the spirit realm, too weak to maintain my physical form. And there, waiting for me as always, was the Reaver, the Wraithblade, my own soul, twinned and bound eternally to me. And I realized that I could never escape my terrible destiny. I had merely postponed it. History abhors a paradox.
Bruh, that's how they end the game. That's such a big cliffhanger. Yep, I'm gonna play the third one now. I'm gonna play Defiance again. Yeah, I didn't think I was beating that today. Thinking where like the next game starts off and how Raziel gets back to where the Elder God is. Beginning of his story there. That was wild though. Such a great story. So I think next, gotta beat Defiance, and then I think I'm gonna play some Subnautica before the new Subnautica comes out that's co-op. And then in a couple of weeks, there's a new horror game coming out, and then I'm gonna play the new Orcs Must Die at the end. I'm a big fan of those games. 4-player co-op and roguelike, so that'll be pretty cool. Reaver is a paradox. Damn, that was intense. A really cool ending to the game though, but they're really great at leaving cliffhangers, including in Defiance, so I wonder if we'll ever get a continuation. Maybe not, but well, I think I might, yes, we must kill the Elder God. Need to make sure I have all my PS2 stuff set up and running. Game have any cool extras like the first one? First one had a bunch of like unfinished areas and stuff. Cool extras. Oh, meant to go to the launch. Let's see. Does that work? So. Oh wait, I launched Soul Reaver 2. Bad. Just played that. See if I haven't played this in years. Game is so much louder than the other one. I'm trying to decide if I want to try this with frame generation or not. I don't know if I've tried this game with the. Might be kind of fun. We'll fuck with it. Gotta get in. Oh, I guess I have some old save spots on. What was a king to do? So cool they let you play Kain. It's fun too. Music in this one is pretty kick-ass too. Eternal gangster. What a line. Oh, you can't hear the game? Weird. It says desktop audio's going. I did have to switch it partway through. How's that? Can you hear it now? I think it should be gone. Nice, cool. Thank you for the heads up. Too many stream settings. Gotta change it for every game, yeah. I'm gonna try and put on frame generation. That runs. Maybe slightly. It like tabbed it off onto my. It's so weird. A tiny window on my. It's so weird. Well, that might just not be an option. It's around. I already feel how much less clunky the game is.
Help me! Help me! Oh, please, no!
From time to time,
It is necessary to feed, and the unusual event of a feast prepared by the Sarafan must be savored.
But, so I guess what I'm confused about now is how Kain got the Soul Reaver back. Oh, well, no, because he pulled out of Raziel at the end, and Raziel went back to the Spectral Realm. That makes sense. Can you break one of these? Oh, been a long time since maybe that's not it. Yeah, that makes sense.
What was that?
One of the most fucked up ways to die. Get yeeted from a
The touch of
second floor
water
balcony.
is like acid to a vampire. I had to find another way to pass.
Had to make sure it wasn't meant to be. Dude, Kain is pretty sick.
This passage undoubtedly led to the Time Streamer. My prey was nearly in my grasp. But the door had been sealed by a blessed barrier. As I approached, the Reaver resonated in response. Perhaps its dark sorcery could dispel these holy barriers.
Also easy fight. It's like the way he opens doors, dude. It's much faster. Playing Resident. such advanced traps. No idea how I just dodged it. Different button to lock on in this game. Yeah, I agree. I was thinking that looked pretty familiar. Like, it is kind of touched up, but it's definitely played some. This room.
Locked. What a love of doors these pathetic humans have.
Vampire! Love the evil laugh when you impale him, that's epic.
This emblem was unmistakably of vampire origin and designed to enhance the Reaver's power. But this coincidence seemed too convenient. Mobius clearly meant for me to find it.
Sound the alarm!
Vampire!
Don't let him escape!
Surround him! Surrender, fiend, and we will promise you an easy death.
I could promise you the same, but it would be a lie. This barrier had a curious resonating effect on the Reaver.
Where Raziel kills Raziel with Raziel. It's the same thing.
This door had been equipped with a singular lock, requiring an unusual key. Somehow, I would find it.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm not sure the timeline on that one. The telekinesis in this game is definitely fun, just eating people off the building or pulling them at you. Combat's actually enjoyable in this one compared to the Stoking. And think about the mid-air telekinesis. Save over. This my point of view. Would be a good spot to keep the wine. Assuming it doesn't flood.
Yes, I understand. It will be done. The stage is set. You needn't linger in the shadows, Kain. It has been a long time, hasn't it?
No banter, Mobius. You know why I'm here.
Yes, Raziel. You sought to introduce your own pawn into this game, and now he's been swept from the board.
By your hand, I suspect. Where is he?
Perhaps you should ask, when?
It makes the
How
same joke every
humiliating
game.
it must be for you to come begging at my doorstep for answers.
Enough wordplay.
Don't threaten me. You see, I have the upper hand. How remarkable that the great Kain should succumb to the scepter's power like any common vampire. Still so arrogant after all these years, thinking you've devised some brilliant plan. You know nothing. You have read the signs, but missed their meaning. You believe you are that myth of vampire prophecy, the scion of balance, and that Raziel holds the key to fulfilling your destiny. But your messianic delusions have blinded you to Raziel's true nature. You have no idea what you've unleashed. There was a time when you might have heeded wise counsel when it was offered. Now, your vanity has made you witless. You will have to learn the truth for yourself. You'll be needing this. Your strength will return after I have departed. But by then, you will have more urgent concerns than pursuing me. Perhaps, when we next meet, you will have learned a little humility.
There's that emblem we need.
These strange creatures seem to manifest from the very shadows. Mobius's attempt at stopping me was not one of his better efforts. When I found him, it would be my turn to offer a few surprises.
Let's go. Raziel's the coolest character. Probably one of the coolest video game characters I've ever seen. I agree. That's what I was thinking too. They just don't
Surrender, Raziel. Abandon this petty rebellion. It was I who made you. Your life had played out, and in my grace, I spared you. You are my Reaper of Souls. You have no other purpose, no higher destiny. Just this. Accept your calling, Raziel. Let go of these vain hopes. Relinquish your will and feed.
No.
What do you profit from this defiance?
There's some grim satisfaction in infuriating you.
My patience is eternal, Raziel. How many eons can you bear to languish here? The wheel of fate must turn. All are redeemed in the cleansing agony of birth, death, and rebirth. This is the engine of life, the purifying rhythm of the universe to which all souls are irresistibly drawn. Yours is a necessary and noble function, Raziel.
Enough of your sermonizing. Are you trying to bore me into submission? Why must this game go on? We both know what you are. You're no better than the vampires you so despise. A voracious parasite, cloaking its appetite in a shroud of righteousness. I refuse to do your will.
I can see into your heart, Raziel. It is not your will, but cowardice that keeps you here.
How so?
You know what fate awaits you when you leave the underworld. That phantom weapon you bear is a constant reminder, isn't it? The sword is waiting for you out there somewhere, and you tarry so as not to meet it.
I could not deny it. As long as I lingered here, defying my captor, I was able to postpone what I feared was my inevitable doom. To become the ravenous spirit imprisoned in the Reaver blade. But that sentence was no worse than the stalemate I now endured. Better to face one's destiny than cower from it.
Harvester of souls, I created you. And to this function, my angel of death, you will return.
Enough! Yes, I submit.
Very good. Indulge your hunger. Yes, embrace your calling, Raziel. You will find that just as defiance has its price, so obedience has its rewards.
And submission is not always what it seems.
If I had subtitles as an option. I think I'm gonna call the stream there for now. Finish the second game, getting started on the third one. I do want to finish the story. Gotta take my dog out to play, give her a bath, make some dinner. I might be on later. I don't know if I'll be streaming this game or something else, but thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for chatting. Got no patience. Thanks for being my first YouTube viewer. I'll be uploading all my stuff at some point. It's live stream. Bunch of the backlog, I guess. Yeah, thanks for nerding out on Soul Reaver with me. Definitely one of my favorite games. I'm stoked to be kind of unwrapping some of the story, playing it now that I'm older. But have a good night, everyone. Maybe I'll see you in a few hours. If not, maybe next Monday. Have a good night.